In today's video, we'll take a trip to a lake that's said to mimic the effects of Medusa's gaze, and the shark attack capital of the world. Shark Alley, South Africa. Shark Alley is located just a few kilometers below the town of Gansbaai and is home to a number of sharks. It's a narrow waterway that's found between Dyer Island and Geyser Rock. It got its name due to the fact that it's a known hunting ground for sharks just off the coast of the Western Cape. The reason being, the nearby Dyer Island is populated by more than 50,000 Cape fur seals, which are a favorite meal of great white sharks. Because of this, Shark Alley is quite well known for being a top cage diving spot. Divers are dropped into the water in a safe cage for a face-to-face encounter with said sharks. To increase the chances of sharks appearing, charmer bait is thrown into the water to tempt the said mammals into swimming by. Sounds fun and exciting, right? Well, it is all fun and games until the shark decides to not play nice and attack the cage directly. Because of the animal's unpredictable behavior, swimming freely in these waters is not allowed unless you got a special permit, and maybe a death wish. Boiling Lake, Dominica. The Boiling Lake, the world's second largest of its kind, is a flooded fumarole, a hole that releases steam and volcanic gases like carbon dioxide and sulfur dioxide from a volcano in the Valley of Desolation. With a width of approximately 200 to 250 feet, the lake is usually surrounded by clouds of vapor and is filled with bubbling grayish-blue water. The Boiling Lake can be seen from a wide ledge perched atop a cliff about 100 feet above its coast. The basin is surrounded and formed by high rock walls. It's a beautiful sight to see, and it's best to keep it for your eyes only. If you're tempted to take a dip in this hot, bubbling lake, then think again. The temperature of the water along the edges is measured to be approximately 180 to 197 degrees Fahrenheit, more than the human body could hope to handle. Also, that's not the worst of it. Because it's actively boiling, the center of the lake has never been measured before. Swimming in these waters is highly discouraged, and there's already been reports of confirmed deaths. A hiker and a Dominican guide died in 1900 at the Boiling Lake after being asphyxiated by a sudden release of volcanic gases and falling to their deaths. New Smyrna Beach, Florida. Found on the central east coast of Florida, New Smyrna Beach is a beautiful tourist destination, a surf hub known for its white, sandy beaches. It offers a wide range of outdoor activities, which includes fishing, sailing, motorboating, and surfing. However, this area has also garnered a rather scary reputation. One of its beaches, which is part of Volusia County, has been dubbed by the Guinness Book of World Records as the shark attack capital of the world. Not great for your advertisements. As of the year 2020, 244 shark attacks have been recorded, which is more than any other place in the world. Fortunately, these attacks are rarely fatal. A well-known and popular surfing location close to the beach is just south of an inlet regarded as a shark hunting ground in Volusia County. Because of the strong tidal flows, it not only leads to more fish in the area, which increases the shark numbers, it also makes it an ideal spot for surfers. This is one of the causes of the unprovoked attacks. Sharks react to splashes made by surfers paddling to catch a wave, and then they bite blindly because the surf obscures their visibility. Honestly, it's sort of a lose-lose situation here. Lake Victoria, Africa. Lake Victoria is Africa's largest inland lake and the world's largest tropical lake. This great African lake, with a surface area of 68,800 square kilometers, is located in East Central Africa and is tucked away in an ancient basin on the borders of 3 countries, that being Tanzania, Uganda, and Kenya. This stunning lake is home to an amazing archipelago of more than 80 islands and provides a living for the fishermen who navigate its waters and the businesses that line its shores. However, visitors and locals alike should exercise caution when visiting this body of water. According to local authorities, about 5,000 people a year are killed on the lake. These fatalities are caused by unpredictable weather, poor communications, and a lack of resources. Swimming in Lake Victoria is also strongly discouraged, not only for the reasons stated above, but also because it is home to a large population of both hippos and crocodiles. Both of those species are extremely dangerous and are responsible for hundreds of deaths in Africa each year. There's also a chance that you might contract bilharzia, also known as snail fever, which can be life-threatening when undetected or left untreated. HANAKAPIAI Beach, Hawaii. You're looking for a stunning, secluded sandy beach encircled by towering sea cliffs? HANAKAPIAI Beach is the ideal spot for you. On one of the local Hawaiian islands, HANAKAPIAI Beach is tucked away along a northwesterly section of land. And for a good reason. This, being the second oldest and northernmost of the Hawaiian Islands, is dubbed the Garden Island. The positioning of this island contributed to the development of Kauai's famous Napali Coast Cliffs. HANAKAPIAI Beach is located at the base of one set of these sea cliffs where a small stream flows into the ocean. However, with beauty comes danger, and those seeking stunning views of the Pacific Ocean should proceed with caution. Rip currents at HANAKAPIAI are extremely dangerous at any time of year and have consistently swept unsuspecting swimmers out to sea. If you're caught in a rip current or otherwise swept out to sea, the nearest safe shore area is roughly 6 miles away. And because the currents in the area are so strong, the bodies of at least 15 drowning victims have yet to be found. Almost 30 people are reported to have drowned here between 1970 and 2010, according to the local newspaper. Tourists commonly mention a sign that counts drowning victims and has 82 tally marks as of August 2014. Eagle's Nest Sinkhole. In the Chesahowitzka Wildlife Management Area in west central Florida, there is a secluded sinkhole called the Eagle's Nest, and that is hidden by pine trees. From the shore, it appears to be a typical pond, but when viewed from below, it has the appearance of a sink, with a long, stony drain that leads to a network of underwater tubes that stretch to a depth of 300 feet. It's home to underwater caves that are well known for their stunning views. However, it's also an extremely dangerous spot. Since 1981, the Eagle's Nest has claimed the lives of at least 10 enthusiasts. Because of this news, locals have called for the site to be closed to prevent further tragedy. For several years, the Eagle's Nest was off limits to the general public due to diver fatalities and mishaps. However, the site has been reopened, but only registered and cave diving certified divers are allowed to go. Lake Natron. I'm sure you've heard of Medusa, the Greek monster, whose gaze can turn you to stone, or even the mythical cockatrice, which can do the same. But have you ever heard of a lake that has the same effects as those two? Located in North Tanzania is Lake Natron, a hypersaline lake. Due to the high levels of natron in the water, which is a combination of sodium carbonate and baking soda, it's also extremely alkaline. It has a pH level as high as 10.5, which is nearly as high as ammonia, and a water temperature ranging from 40 to 60 degrees Celsius. Because of bacteria called cyanobacteria present in Lake Natron, the water's color is a striking red. It's a stunning sight, but it's also a death trap for some creatures, particularly birds. The reflective surface fools them into diving into the red waters in search for food. Then they calcify both inside and out as they sink in the toxic waters. If a person decides to take a dip in the lake, the effects wouldn't be as fatal as the birds. However, the temperature is still hot enough to cause some third-degree burns. Although humans wouldn't turn to stone immediately if they drowned, if left submerged for a long time, the entire body would harden and calcify, much like a mummy. Now it's time for the day's best pick. We get to see how a seemingly innocent water attraction suddenly became a danger zone. Tsunami Wave Pool, China. Wave pools are quite fun to be in, especially since they're designed to mimic the large waves found in the ocean. A lot of water parks have them as an experience worth trying. However, as fun as it sounds, there are times where it could be considered dangerous. Unlike regular pools, wave pools are more difficult to keep an eye on due to the moving water, and sometimes the machinery could malfunction. That's exactly what happened at the wave pool at Yulongxiun Water Amusement Park in Longjing, China. Everything seemed normal at first, however the wave quickly picked up in both speed and height, becoming almost tsunami-like. Due to its intensity, it flooded the surroundings, threw bystanders to the ground, and forced the guests to crash against one another. Reports stated that around 44 people were injured in the incident, and at least 5 were sent to the hospital for injuries like fractured ribs. Rio Tinto River, Spain. The Rio Tinto, which translates as Stained River in Spanish, flows through an area unusually rich in sulfide ore deposits that formed hundreds of millions of years ago. Mind you, that's back when volcanoes were far more active. Because of the high levels of iron and other heavy metals in the water, the river has a unique red and orange color. This is because in the past, Rio Tinto was mined and excavated extensively, which has also caused the waters to be extremely acidic. So if you ever want to try and take a dip in these waters, it's highly discouraged that you do so. Granted, the view is amazing, being exposed to several chemicals though is not. Thankfully, the high acidity has kept people away from it. Most of the visitors drawn to this site are either tourists or scientists. Scientists are drawn to this river as it's home to extremophile aerobic bacteria, making the water conditions similar to those found in areas of Jupiter's moon, Europa. Before we move on, I've got a little challenge for you that'll take 5 seconds to complete. So here's the deal. You just leave a like on this video, smash that subscribe button and hit the notification bell, and you will get 25 years of amazing luck. Try it really works. Toilet Bowl Swimming Hole, Oahu. A natural swimming hole called the Toilet Bowl Swimming Hole was created in Hanamo Bay on the Hawaiian island of Oahu by decades of waves pounding against the lava rocks there. Through a gap in the lava rock, waves push seawater into the swimming pool. The water is then sucked back out through the same hole, producing a flushing action similar to that of toilet bowls. When conditions are just right, waves will roll into the area and cause the water level in the toilet bowl to rise and fall by several feet. Meanwhile, anyone sitting in the pool is tossed up and down on a wet roller coaster ride. The rising and falling water action within the pool may appear appealing, but going in the water can be extremely dangerous, especially during the high surf. In fact, when the waves are strong, the area is off limits to the public. See you all next time!